It was a bright Saturday afternoon in a quiet suburban neighborhood somewhere in the Pacific Northwest. The local community center buzzed with excitement as residents gathered for the annual potluck, a much-anticipated event where everyone brought a dish to share, showcasing their culinary skills and family traditions. Among the crowd was Emma, a single mother, accompanied by her 10-year-old daughter, Lily. Lily had always been fascinated by cooking. From the time she was small, she would watch her grandmother's old recipe books with wide eyes, eager to learn every step. Although their family wasn't wealthy, the warmth and love they poured into their food made every meal special. For this potluck, Lily decided to prepare a simple but meaningful dish, a traditional recipe wrapped carefully in aluminum foil, one that had been passed down from her grandmother's kitchen decades ago. When they arrived, the room was filled with colorful dishes. Elegant platters of gourmet hors d'oeuvres, vibrant salads, and decadent desserts adorned the tables. Many dishes were meticulously plated, with garnishes and sauces arranged like works of art. Amidst all this, Lily's humble foil-wrapped parcels looked out of place, plain, unadorned, and almost invisible against the flashy backdrop. As they placed their dish on the table, a few neighbors exchanged glances and whispered. A woman nearby smirked and said, "Looks like someone didn't put much effort into their contribution." Another laughed softly, "Just some foil packets? What could possibly be inside those?" The whispers grew louder. Some guests began to chuckle, clearly amused at what they perceived as a lackluster dish. A few openly scoffed, making remarks about how unimpressive and unsophisticated Lily's offering was compared to the fancy dishes around. Lily's cheeks flushed with embarrassment. She stood quietly beside her mother, unsure whether to explain the story behind her dish or retreat into silence. Emma noticed the hurt flickering in her daughter's eyes. She wanted to say something, to defend Lily's effort and the rich family history behind that simple foil wrap, but the atmosphere felt heavy with judgment. The laughter and whispers echoed through the room, making Lily feel smaller by the second. The once warm excitement of the gathering now felt cold and isolating. Emma wrapped her arm around Lily's shoulders, pulling her close. "Don't mind them," Emma whispered softly. "They don't know what this means to us." Lily nodded, but the sting of being ridiculed lingered. She glanced down at the foil packet in front of her, a symbol of love, tradition, and countless memories from her grandmother's kitchen. She wished they could see beyond the packaging and taste the heart that went into every bite. As the potluck continued, most guests overlooked the foil-wrapped dish entirely, some sneering discreetly when they caught sight of it. Lily stayed close to her mother, trying to hold back tears, feeling the weight of being misunderstood. Despite the cold reception, Emma's heart swelled with pride for her daughter's courage. She vowed silently that no matter what others said, Lily's passion for cooking and the story behind that humble dish deserved to be honored. Little did they know, this seemingly forgotten dish wrapped in aluminum foil was about to change their lives in ways they never imagined. That evening, the cozy kitchen of Emma's small house was filled with the comforting aroma of herbs and spices simmering gently on the stove. Lily sat at the kitchen table, tracing her fingers along the worn edges of an old recipe book. It was her grandmother's, passed down through generations, a tangible connection to the past that made the foil-wrapped dish so much more than just food. Emma poured 2 cups of tea and sat beside her daughter. She could see the quiet sadness behind Lily's determined eyes, the kind of hurt that comes from feeling unseen and unappreciated. She reached out, taking Lily's hand gently. "Do you want to talk about it?" Emma asked softly. Lily took a deep breath. "I just don't understand why they laughed at my dish. It's the same recipe Grandma used to make for us when I was little. It's not fancy, but it's made with love. I thought they'd like it." Emma nodded, understanding perfectly. Sometimes people don't see the story behind things. They get caught up in appearances and forget what really matters. Lily's eyes glistened with unshed tears. "I don't want to stop cooking. I love it so much. But it hurts when people make fun of what I care about." "That's okay to feel hurt," Emma said, pulling her into a warm hug. "But remember, your love for cooking is what makes it special. No one can take that away from you." For the next hour, they talked about family, traditions, and dreams. Emma shared stories about her mother Lily's grandmother and how food had always been a way to bring people together, even in hard times. She reminded Lily that every great chef started somewhere humble, often facing criticism and doubt before their talents were recognized. "Do you know why your grandmother wrapped that dish in foil?" Emma asked. "It wasn't just to keep it warm. It was her way of protecting something precious, just like you're doing now." Lily smiled faintly, feeling a spark of hope. "I want to keep that tradition alive. I want to make people see how meaningful this food is." Emma squeezed her hand. "And you will. It might take time, but I believe in you. Your passion and dedication will shine through." That night, as Lily lay in bed, she felt a quiet resolve growing within her. She wasn't going to let the doubts of others dim her love for cooking. She would practice, learn, and share her food with pride. In the days that followed, Lily experimented in the kitchen with renewed enthusiasm. She tried new ingredients, practiced plating, and even watched cooking shows to pick up techniques. Emma supported her every step of the way, often acting as taste tester and cheerleader. One afternoon, while browsing the community bulletin board, Emma spotted a flyer announcing a special culinary event, a tasting gala featuring several renowned chefs, including one with multiple Michelin stars. The event was open to local cooks who wanted to showcase their dishes. Emma's eyes lit up. "Lily, this could be your chance. What do you think?" Lily hesitated, the memory of laughter still fresh. But then she looked at her mother's encouraging smile and felt the courage she needed. "I want to do it," she said firmly. "I want them to taste my dish and understand what it means." Together, they began preparing for the event. The kitchen became their workshop, filled with laughter, creativity, and hard work. The foil-wrapped dish evolved, still holding the same soul, but presented with new care and confidence. As the day of the gala approached, Lily felt a mixture of excitement and nerves. But she knew she wasn't alone. With her mother's unwavering support and the fire of her passion burning bright, she was ready to face whatever came next. The evening of the culinary gala had finally arrived. The elegant venue refurbished warehouse turned event space buzzed with anticipation. Long tables draped in white linen showcased an array of dishes, each prepared by local cooks eager to impress the crowd. Soft jazz music floated through the air, mingling with the aromas of spices, herbs, and freshly cooked delicacies. Lily and Emma arrived early, carrying their carefully prepared foil-wrapped parcels, now placed on a sleek, minimalist platter. Unlike before, these parcels were accompanied by handwritten notes telling the story behind the dish, a family recipe passed down through generations, wrapped in love and tradition. As guests mingled, Lily's heart pounded. She watched people sample dish after dish, their faces lighting up with delight at some plates, while others received polite nods or mild curiosity. She noticed a few raised eyebrows when they came to her dish, the simplicity contrasting sharply with the elaborate presentations around. Then, the moment everyone had been waiting for, the arrival of the guest of honor, Chef Walker, a culinary legend with multiple Michelin stars and a reputation for discovering hidden talents. Dressed impeccably, his sharp eyes surveyed the room with keen interest. His presence brought a hush over the crowd, many eager to impress him. Emma squeezed Lily's hand. "Remember, no matter what happens, you've already made us proud." Chef Walker made his way through the tables, occasionally stopping to taste a dish, nodding thoughtfully, asking questions, and offering gentle praise. When he reached the table with the foil-wrapped parcels, curiosity flickered in his eyes. He reached out, picking up one of the packets. "This one looks intriguing," he said to the gathering crowd. "Who made this?" Lily felt a surge of nerves but stepped forward. "I did, chef. It's a recipe from my grandmother's kitchen, passed down through my family." Chef Walker carefully unwrapped the foil, revealing a modest but beautifully cooked dish. He took a bite, savoring the flavors with a thoughtful expression. The room fell silent, every eye fixed on him. After a moment, his face broke into a warm smile. "This is extraordinary. Simple, yes, but with a depth of flavor and soul that many elaborate dishes lack. Who taught you this? Lily's eyes widened with surprise and pride. My grandmother and my mother. The chef nodded appreciatively. I see a rare talent here. Would you consider working alongside me? I'd love to help you develop this dish and your skills further. Gasps and murmurs rippled through the crowd. People who had earlier doubted Lily's dish now looked on with newfound respect. Emma's eyes brimmed with tears. She hugged her daughter tightly, whispering, "See? I told you, your passion will shine." That night marked a turning point for Lily and Emma. The foil-wrapped dish that once sparked laughter had opened a door to a new world, a world where dedication and heart could transform humble beginnings into extraordinary success. The weeks that followed Chef Walker's unexpected offer were a whirlwind of excitement and adjustment for Lily and Emma. The once small and quiet kitchen in their home was replaced by the bustling environment of a professional restaurant kitchen, a place Lily had only dreamed of. Under Chef Walker's guidance, Lily quickly absorbed new techniques, learning how to refine flavors, present dishes elegantly, and work efficiently under pressure. Every day brought new challenges, but also moments of joy and pride. Emma watched her daughter blossom with admiration and gratitude, knowing how far they had come from that potluck where their dish was once laughed at. Emma, too, found herself drawn into this new chapter. She volunteered to help at the restaurant, managing supplies and even lending a hand during busy service hours. The mother and daughter duo became inseparable, united not only by blood but also by their shared dream and hard work. One afternoon, after a particularly grueling service, Lily sat exhausted but exhilarated in the restaurant's break room. Chef Walker approached her with a thoughtful expression. "You have come so far, Lily. Your talent is undeniable, but remember, success in this industry is about perseverance as much as skill. There will be critics, setbacks, and moments when you'll doubt yourself." Lily nodded, wiping sweat from her brow. "I know, Chef. But I want to keep going. For my family, for my grandmother's recipe, and for myself." Chef Walker smiled. "Good. That fire inside you, it's what will carry you through." Meanwhile, word of Lily's unique dish began to spread. Food bloggers and local journalists came to the restaurant, eager to taste the foil-wrapped specialty that had captured the chef's attention. Reviews praised the authentic flavors and heartfelt story behind the dish. Slowly but surely, Lily's humble creation was gaining recognition. Despite the growing success, Lily and Emma remained grounded. They remembered the struggles, the laughter that once stung, and the doubts they had overcome. These memories fueled their determination to keep improving and sharing their heritage. One evening, after closing, Emma and Lily sat together, reflecting on the journey so far. "Mom," Lily said softly, "do you think Grandma would be proud?" Emma smiled, tears glistening in her eyes. "More than proud, sweetheart. She'd be over the moon." The road ahead was still long, filled with unknowns, but Lily knew one thing for certain: she would never let go of the passion that started it all, no matter what challenges lay ahead. Months turned into a year, and Lily's journey from the shy girl with a humble foil-wrapped dish to a promising young chef was nothing short of remarkable. The once quiet neighborhood girl had grown into a confident, skilled cook with a unique voice in the culinary world. Under Chef Walker's mentorship, Lily not only refined her signature dish but also began experimenting with new flavors and techniques, blending tradition with innovation. Her dishes told stories of family, heritage, and resilience, captivating the palates and hearts of everyone who tasted them. Emma watched her daughter's transformation with pride and awe. She remembered the nights when Lily doubted herself, the moments of frustration, and the quiet determination that carried her forward. Their small kitchen had given way to a professional space, yet the heart of their cooking love and passion remained unchanged. The success opened doors beyond their expectations. Invitations to culinary festivals, features in food magazines, and collaborations with renowned chefs became part of Lily's new reality. Yet, she remained humble, always crediting her grandmother's recipe and her mother's unwavering support. Together, Emma and Lily decided to open their own small restaurant, a place that honored their roots and welcomed the community. It was more than a business, it was a dream realized, a tribute to the journey they had taken and the challenges they had overcome. The grand opening was a celebration of hope and perseverance. Friends, neighbors, and food enthusiasts gathered to taste the dishes that had once been the subject of ridicule but now stood as symbols of triumph. The foil-wrapped dish took center stage, presented with care and reverence, reminding everyone that sometimes, the simplest things hold the greatest stories. Lily stood behind the counter, serving guests with a radiant smile. Emma circulated among the tables, sharing stories and laughter. Together, they built not only a restaurant but a legacy. Through it all, they remembered the laughter that once echoed at that potluck not as a wound but as a catalyst. A reminder that belief in oneself, fueled by passion and perseverance, can turn doubt into opportunity. Their journey was far from over, but with every plate served and every smile shared, Lily and Emma knew they were exactly where they were meant to be, embracing the future with hearts full of hope and hands ready to create. As the months passed, Lily's little restaurant began to make waves far beyond their quiet neighborhood. Food critics and bloggers flocked to taste the celebrated foil-wrapped dish that had sparked such curiosity and, ultimately, admiration. Articles praised not only the flavors but the heartfelt story behind every bite, how a simple family recipe became a beacon of resilience and passion. The restaurant was soon featured in local magazines and culinary websites. People traveled from neighboring cities just to experience the warmth and authenticity that Lily and Emma poured into their food. Reservations became necessary weeks in advance, and the humble establishment thrived. One afternoon, as Lily was plating a dish in the bustling kitchen, a familiar figure appeared in the doorway: Chef Walker, the mentor who had first recognized her potential. He smiled warmly, pride shining in his eyes. "You've come a long way, Lily," he said. "Your dedication is inspiring." Emma, nearby, joined the conversation. "We couldn't have done it without your guidance, Chef." Lily blushed. "It's been a journey. From being laughed at to this, it still feels surreal sometimes." Chef Walker nodded thoughtfully. "That's the beauty of following your passion. The road is never easy, but it's worth every step." The pinnacle of their success came when the restaurant was nominated for a prestigious local award, the Rising Star in the culinary scene. The night of the ceremony was filled with excitement and nerves. Emma and Lily dressed in their best, holding hands tightly as they awaited the results. When Lily's name was announced as the winner, the room erupted in applause. Tears streamed down their faces as they accepted the award, a symbol not just of talent, but of perseverance against the odds. The recognition brought new opportunities, collaborations, media appearances, and invitations to international food festivals. Yet, despite the whirlwind, Lily and Emma remained grounded. They continued to cook with love, remember their roots, and give back to the community that had supported them. Their story became a source of inspiration for many, proof that passion, when nurtured with belief and hard work, can overcome ridicule and hardship. Lily's foil-wrapped dish was no longer just a humble family recipe, it was a symbol of hope and the power of never giving up. Years had passed since Lily first nervously placed her foil-wrapped dish on that potluck table. The girl who had once faced laughter and doubt had blossomed into a confident young woman, a chef with her own voice and vision. The small restaurant she and her mother had built was now a beloved cornerstone of the community, a place where stories and flavors intertwined. One crisp autumn afternoon, Emma and Lily sat together by the window of their bustling restaurant, watching the leaves fall gently outside. The sun cast a warm glow on their faces as laughter and chatter filled the room behind them. Lily turned to her mother, a soft smile on her lips. "Mom, do you remember how far we've come?" Emma nodded, eyes misty with emotion. "Every step, every challenge, every moment of doubt, it all led us here." They reminisced about the past, the potluck where their dish was mocked, the quiet kitchen conversations filled with encouragement, the day Chef Walker believed in Lily's talent, and the countless hours of hard work that followed. Their journey wasn't just about food, it was about resilience, love, and the power of belief. They had transformed not only their lives but had inspired others to pursue their dreams despite obstacles. As the restaurant filled with new faces, families, friends, tourists, Lily felt a deep sense of fulfillment. The foil-wrapped dish, once a simple family tradition, had become a legacy, a symbol of hope for anyone who dared to dream. Looking ahead, Lily and Emma plan to expand their reach, sharing their story and cuisine with the world. They dreamed of opening new locations, mentoring young chefs, and continuing to honor the heritage that shaped them. But no matter where their journey took them, the heart of their story remained the same: a mother's unwavering support, a daughter's passionate dream, and a humble foil-wrapped dish that changed everything. Together, they faced the future with open hearts and steady hands, ready to create new memories and delicious moments, forever grateful for the laughter that once challenged them and the love that carried them forward.